Morning, everybody. I have been missing doing my warm-ups in the morning. On a normal class, when we weren't doing distance learning, the kids would come in and they'd copy a warm-up off the board and we'd go over it. So I would like for you guys to copy these problems and then pause and then go over it with us. See how you did, okay? So here are some diamonds on top. And I want you to remember I'm writing the word product on top and sum on the bottom because you're taking two numbers and the product of those two numbers here is 10 and the sum of those two numbers is 7. And remember, the product is the answer when you multiply two numbers and the sum is the answer when you add numbers, right? I said 2. You can multiply a lot of numbers, right? Same thing here. The product of two numbers is 25. The sum is 10. The product of two numbers is 42. The sum is 13, right? And then we're doing some in and outs, right? 0 goes in. This machine does something to it, and a 3 comes out. A 1 goes in. The machine does the same exact thing to it, and a 4 comes out. A 2 goes in, then a 5 comes out. A 3 goes in. The machine does the same thing. Now a 6 comes out. What's going to happen when 5 goes in? How about 10, 15, right? If you recognize the pattern, that's a great start. If you can recognize the function, now you're really cooking with gas, as they say, right? In and out here, this time a 0 goes in, and the machine does something to it, but a 0 comes out. Okay, a 1 goes in, the machine does the same exact thing it did to the 0, but now 3 comes out. A 2 goes in, now 6 comes out. Over here, we're doing exponents. I want you to do these in 2 steps. First, I want you to show me what is the problem of 4 to the second power. Remember, you say the base number, right, is going to be multiplied by itself the exponent number of times. The small number on top is the exponent. The big number on the bottom is called the base number, right? So this is going to be 4 times itself. How many times? 2. Okay. And then tell me what the product is. So 2 steps on those. All right. And here, to compare, you're telling me which one's bigger, right? All right. Is one bigger than the other, or is one smaller than the other, or are they equal, right? So figure out those 3. All right. Go ahead and go copy those down and work on those while you pause the video, and then come back when you've completed them all or when you're stuck, and let's get some answers. Okay. You press play again. Hopefully you paused and went and tried these yourself. What 2 numbers multiply together equal 10, add together equals 7? Yeah, that's going to be a 2 times 5 or 5 times 2, right? Right. Both multiplication and addition, it doesn't matter the order you go in. 5 times 2 is the same as 2 times 5. 5 plus 2 is the same as 2 plus 5. That concept means that those 2 things are commutative. Commutative. Multiplying and adding are commutative. Division and subtraction are not. Okay, 25 and 10. A lot of you recognize 5 times 5 is 25. And 42 and 13. That's one of the stickers, the hard ones. 6 times 7 or 7 times 6. 56, another tough one. These are some of the toughest facts. 6 times 7, 7 times 8. Some of the toughest facts. And you can see 8 plus 7 is 15. 8 times 7 is 56, right? And some people say, what about 6 and 9? 6 plus 9 is 15, right? But what's 6 times 9? That's 54, right? Some people are saying, what about 2 times 21? That works. Well, what's 2 plus 21? 23, right? So it has to work for both the top and the bottom, multiplying and adding. Okay, in and out. Some people are recognizing, right? These are going up by 1, right? 3, 4, 5, 6. The next one's going to be 7, right? That means you knew the pattern, right? But if 4 went in, 7 came out. But 4 didn't go in, 5 went in. So what comes out? 8. And some of you are starting to recognize that this looks like, right, the pattern. 6 is going to be 9, 7 is going to be 10, 8 is going to be 11, 9 will be 12, so 10 must be 13. That's great. You know the pattern. Okay. And then now you have to do 11, 12, 13, and 14 to figure out what happens with 15. But if you know the function, this is so much easier, right? What's the function? Some of you may have recognized it. Okay, I'm not going to tell you yet. I'm going to tell you that when 20 goes in, 23 comes out. Okay, I like to keep the function secret till we get to the bottom, because each time, if you didn't get it, you don't say I don't get it. You say I don't get it yet, right? The power of yet, because each one of these is another clue. And when we did these in class, it was fun for the teacher, because each clue that another kid would show another answer, I would see a couple more lights go off above their heads and more people all of a sudden raise their hand, right? These are new clues. You just have to keep on watching, keep paying attention. When 25 goes in, 28 goes out. Who knows what happens when 100 goes in? Now, if you only knew the pattern, you had to do 26, 27, 28, 29, all the way up to 99 before you can get 100. If you knew the function, you skipped right to it and said 103. Right? Now, you might notice that 4 is the same as 1 plus 3. 8 is the same as 5 plus 3. 20 is the same as 20 plus 3. So when x goes in, x plus 3 is coming out. Now, I don't know what x plus 3 is because I don't know what x is yet. But I know whatever goes in, you're going to have what went in plus 3 more comes out. Okay? So that is the function. That's the Uno wild card, right? All right, another in and out. 0 goes in, 0 comes out. Ooh, that's kind of weird. Is this machine broken? Someone forget to plug it in? Nah, it's working, because 1 goes in, now 3 comes out. 2 goes in, 6 comes out. What's coming out when 3 goes in? 9. And some of you were seeing a pattern here. 0 plus 3 is 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. 6 plus 3 is 9. So 9 plus 3 is 12 must be, 12 does not come out when 5 goes in. 12 would come out if 4 went in. But 15 goes in, and 5 goes in, and 15 comes out. What's going to come out when 10 goes in? Well, if you know that pattern, you do 6. It's going to be 18. 7 will be 21. 8 will be 24. 9 will be 27. So 10 must be 30, which is correct. But you don't want to have to keep doing every single one in between, right? You know, do 11, 12. What's going to come out when 15 goes in? Some people are getting it. More light bulbs going off. How about this one? How about when 20 goes in? And feel free to pause this every once in a while and think. Okay? I challenge you to try to figure it out before I get to the bottom. And if you never pause it, sometimes you don't have time to think. Because in class, I'd give you more think time, but I don't want to make this video too long. 20 goes in. Oh, I keep doing the spoiler alert. 60 comes out. 25 goes in. 75. How about when 100? And again, pause and think if you want. That's 300. And you guys recognize that 6 is the same as 2 times 3. 9 is the same as 3 times 3. 15 is the same as 5 times 3. 60 is the same as 20 times 3. So whatever goes in, I'm going to have that times 3 come out, right? Now, aren't you glad you can do that times sign like that instead of an X? That'd be kind of confusing. Okay. Now, when you're in 8th grade, instead of writing X times 3, you will just write 3X. That means 3 times X. And I don't know why they put the number in front of the letter. Right? Okay. Good job. Okay. 6 to the second power. I always say, what is the most popular wrong answer for this? People think it's 6 times 2, so they say 12. No. Remember, it's the base times itself, the exponent number times. So I'm going to multiply 6 by itself 2 times. We didn't get the 4 times 4 yet. That's 16. 6 times 6. These are special numbers. You're going to recognize these later. Anything to the second power are things that you want to start memorizing. What's the most popular answer for 8 to the second power? Yeah, people think it's 16. It's not. It's 8 times itself 2 times. 8 times 8 fell on the floor. I picked it up. It was 64. 3 to the third power is not 9. It's 3 times 3. How many times? 3 times, right? And 3 times 3 is 9, and 9 times 3 ends up being 27. 2 to the 5th power is not 10. It's 2 times itself. How many times? How many 2's am I going to write here in this multiplication problem? If you guess 5, you are correct. And again, that's not 10. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8, right? And 8 times 2 is 16, which is the same as 4 times 4. And 16 times 2 is 32. Now, I just did 2 to the 5th power, so that's supposed to be 32. What's 5 to the 2nd power? Did I do that? No. 5 times 5 is 25. 25 is smaller than 32, so 5 to the 2nd power is smaller or less than. Remember, left hand, less than, left hand, less than, right? Make that. And remember, that less than symbol, you can turn into an L if you want to, and write the word less. All right, so it always points at the small one is what I remember. 3 to the 4th power, 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 9, 81. So that's 81. 4 to the 3rd power, it's not 12. It's 4 times 4 times 4. 4 times 4 is 16, and 16 times 4 is 4 tens, 40. 4 sixes, 24. 24 plus 40, 64. 81 is greater than 64, so it's going to point that way, greater than. 2 to the 4th power, 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, right? 2 times 2 is 4, right? And 2 times 2 is 4, and 4 times 4 is 16. And 4 to the 2nd power is 4 times 4 is 16. So 2 to the 4th is the same as 4 to the 2nd. Ooh, isn't that cool? All right, that's your warm-up. Good job. We're going to start doing this in your math folder almost daily. Okay? That way I will teach you more, you will learn more, and we will have more fun.